Greetings. I'll be here explaining my assignment 1 in Programming 2, where I rewrote the BMI calculator and built a distance origin generator. Here in part 1, I used OOP instead of procedural programming principles to create my BMI calculator, where I created a subclass called patient that inherits from my previous class, from the person class, and I'll add the age and underlying condition and variables. So you may ask, what is object-oriented programming? It is a paradigm based on the concept of objects which can contain data and code, data in the form of fields, often known as attributes or properties, and code in the form of procedures, also known as methods. So my method right over here, a method is a function that belongs to an object, where I can append, insert, remove, sort stuff in my object code or class coding. This is my class, where I write all the code which does all the working for me, where I will do what I wanted to do. And this is my method right here. So my method this is my method as well. And here is my object, which shows it does the action. So when I run the code, it should give me my data. So I have plugged data right here, and then I should get a result which says that I am 170 pounds, just like this right over here, and my height is 68 inches. And it shows that my BMI is 25.84. And concerning to how I built my calculator, it shows that I am overweight. And we use self in order to build this program. And you may ask, what is self? Self is a keyword which we access the attributes and the methods of a class in Python. It binds together, it belongs to that certain class, binds together whatever belongs in that certain class. And you may ask, what is an object that we have to discuss right over here? An object, everything in an object has method, probably the method. So a class is like an object constructor, which it has to use this as a blueprint in order to be able to be proven and shown and calculated and run. And instead of only having one class, so first we start with my class person. Then here is my patient person, which we have included age and the underlying conditions, where we show if you're more of a risk if you have COVID. So if we run the code, as you can see, when we run the code here, it shows that my name is Terrell Dwig, my weight is 170 pounds, my height is 68 inches, which shows my BMI, and I also added age, and my condition is iron deficiency. So here in class 3 is the COVID patient, where's my class. I've made some coding where if I meet these certain conditions or surpass these certain conditions, I will have more risks. So let's see what I have. I have my information right here, and let's see what my condition shows. As you can see, is when I put my it shows that my weight, I am 22, and my condition iron. It says I have underlying condition which put me at a higher risk, which this considers my underlying condition. So in part 2, here is my distance from origin, which was very similar to my BMI. Hence shown, it was very simple. So I had my coordinates, which is x and y. Also self. We always have to use self no matter what in order to bind them together. So when I use my method, it shows that what would be my value. So when I run my method, it shows that my value is x-axis is 5. Your value on the y-axis is 2. And my distance is 5.385, and I have confirmed this to work on my calculator. So here we go. Here's my assignment 1, and this has been the most funnest thing I've ever done. It's one of the most fun things I've done in the history of programming. Thank you.